Hey guys, Coach Amelia Adair here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing good, and I hope you guys enjoyed my quick little makeup tutorial. Um, Great way for you guys to learn how to do your makeup, and practice makes perfect. Okay, a lot of times we forget that practicing and practicing and not stopping um, is the way to really get to where we gotta go. It's for us to reach our goals. And that brings us to today's topic, and that's putting that action, getting the work done that's needed to be done. Because a lot of times we know it needs to be done, and I'm guilty of it too. But it's like we aren't really motivated to do what we need to do. Like we kind of find excuses or we procrastinate. And sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, you know what you gotta do, but why are you procrastinating? And I be asking myself that sometimes too, like, you know what you need to do, but why are we procrastinating? Okay, why we keep pushing things off that we know need to be done? So this week we just gonna really focus on staying encouraged and doing what we need to do, setting the action. Sometimes we don't do what we need to do because we don't give ourselves a time frame. And I feel like that's the worst thing that you can do when you have goals is not have a time frame for it at all. Now, I'm not saying you gotta get a specific date, specific a specific date for it, but you can, give yourself 3 months. And sometimes 3 months is too long. And I don't know about you, but I'm one of the people, like, I get work done and I like to just get it done, get it done. If I have 3 months to do something, I'm just like, all right, well, let me wait closer to the date because I already know how fast I work. So learn how you work, learn how you like to get things done, and just do it. Just get up and do it. Now it's harder if you're under the weather, of course. But soon as that weather get right and you get above the weather, because I don't know why we say under the weather. Well, when you get above the weather, honey, do what you need to do and set a time frame for it. And literally, I've learned, like, I've tried to do things without setting appointments and then doing it with. And when I don't set an appointment, I'm not thrilled. I'm not ambitious. I'm just kind of sit back about it. So the way I really get things done, guys, is I set a date and I set a time, and I do everything I can to stick to that date. Okay. So for instance, let's talk about um, let's say you wanted to. It's raining, guys. I love when it rains. I'm sorry, sidebar. I love when it rains just because rather it's a heavy rain or a light rain, it just sets a mood. Some people feel like they feel kind of sluggish, but for me, I feel like it's a reminder to take some breaths. You know what I'm saying? You can feel the rain around you. You can feel the energy, and the rain just kind of it's a comforting mood for me. I just I am a Pisces in case you guys don't know, but it's something about water that it just creates a safe vibe. Like I feel like it's time for you to kind of sit back, maybe write in your journal, maybe read a book. It's just a way for you to do something a little more comforting. Okay, and this is just a sidebar, but that's what I was saying. So when you set a goal for yourself, and say you wanna write a book, right? And you don't set a goal for it, you'll you'll never really start doing the structure of your book. So you'll never really start and sit down and write. So when you bored, instead of you working on that goal because you didn't set a date, you're gonna just procrastinate. You're gonna like be on your phone, um, just do everything but what you're supposed to do. It's better. It's something you can't really explain. Like for me, when I know I want to get a project done, I set a day for it, and then when I have my free time, that's when I'll just start working on things, and I'll literally just be like, all right, let me just do it, and I just start. I don't know where I want to start. I don't know where I want to end. Even when I wrote this book, I started writing this book, believe it or not, on a walk in the park. So I was walking in the park, and I knew I wanted to write this third book, but I didn't know where I was going with it. Like I didn't know what the title was gonna be. I didn't know nothing. I just knew like I had to complete this project, and so that just reminded me of this other project that I'm working on. But so I was literally walking in the park on my phone, right? And as I was walking, the idea started to come to my head, and I was like, okay, maybe I could go this angle with it. I didn't really have the full angle of where I was going with it. I just knew like these are just some great points. These are just some great um, ideas that I feel like can really help someone. They can really make a difference in their life. And so when I first started writing the book, this is a bigger version of it. When I first started writing the book, literally putting on the shoes was my first idea, and it was talking about how, and if guys, I'm gonna share a little bit because this is really good. I really want you guys to invest $8 into your life, and you're gonna see how that $8 is going to quadruple. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to invest in yourself, and $8 is going to make a big difference in your life. So anyway, um, I was writing, right, and I start my first when I first started writing a book. I started in the middle of the book, and it's talking about your shoes, and it says, "Did you know putting on good shoes instead of slippers will help motivate you daily?" So that's how I started writing this book. Now this is in the middle of the book. I ended up changing the structure and putting it in the middle of the book because once I kept writing and writing and writing, it helped me understand how the book has to kind of be designed so that it can really help you step by step. So when I was walking in the park, I was writing about how when I changed the shoes that I wear daily, and it made a difference in my day-to-day life. So I used to walk around the house in slippers, like just some busted up slippers. And it didn't motivate me to want to do anything. And so once I shifted my shoes, when I went outside, I had to wear high heels. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to wear heels and shoes just because it kept me literally on my toes, on my P's and Q's. And it helped me. It's like I started walking with better posture. I started to feel better. I started to just want to do so much more in my life. It's like I wanted to, you know, I wanted to work on my goals. I wanted to set dates. I wanted to finish the book. And once I started with that little sentence and I started going about my day, guys, I finished this book in like no time. And then when I finally finished, because I wrote the book in like, I don't know exactly how long, but I know when I finally finished the book, right before I finished the book, guys, I was procrastinating. Okay, I was doing this, I was doing that, and then I was going to switch my phone service because I had AT&T and I had switched to T-Mobile, and I was in a T-Mobile store, right? And so I'm sitting in the T-Mobile store, and the whole store cuts down. Like, they service don't work. And this was me procrastinating, just running around and just doing stuff that it's like, girl, go sit in your office and finish your book. So, sorry, y'all. So I'm in the T-Mobile, and the T-Mobile store is shut down, and they like, you gotta come back. So I'm like, all right. I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, let me just go finish this book that I know I need to focus and finish. But I had to be in the space to write, like I had to be motivated to write. I couldn't just write, you know what I'm saying? So the guy was like, we'll call you when we finish. So like 3 hours passed, and in that 3 hours, I came here, I put on some relaxing music, and I just finished organizing the book. Like, it's a lot of work to write a book, so it makes you want to procrastinate because it can be intimidating, definitely when you got 30 or 40 pages to read and stuff like that. So I was procrastinating because I knew it was a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I gotta read it, I gotta add to it, I gotta write to it, and then sometimes I be trying to be too perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just so I'm just too critical. So that's why sometimes I avoid certain things because I know like you being too critical, you being too, you know what I'm saying? Like this is finish writing a book. So I came back to the office, put on the music, and I was writing a book. And at that moment, like as I was finishing up, I was like, oh my god, you could finish. You could put a date. You could have a release date of next month if you really do what you have to do. Or you could get it to the editor. You could do your title, not your title. You could do your cover page and things like that. So that moment where T-Mobile shut down was like, get out of here, stop procrastinating, go back in your book, go back and do what you got to do. I mean, they didn't literally say that, but and I came back and I just focused because I couldn't procrastinate no more. And I sat down and I did what I had to do. It helped me get a new goal. And so it's like I started to see things unravel. It's like I started to see, it's like I had hope. You know what I'm saying? Like I was motivated. And it's the motivation came once I started doing what I needed to do. So the moment came to me a couple times. First, when I was just walking, and I was like, just start writing. Just I know you're walking right now, but just start writing. And so I just started going at it. Like I just started doing what I needed to do, and then I transferred it to an ad. Then I started writing, and then fast forward like maybe like a month or 2 months later, I got kind of forced to just kind of do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, just go sit down and write your book. I know you want to do this and I know you want to do that, but right now, write the book. You know what I'm saying? So it was just those moments where I wanted to procrastinate and I didn't really have a full goal. I just know I just needed to start, where just starting something and just telling yourself, just do it. And you sit down and you do it, and you get one step closer every day. You get a little closer every day, and before you know it, your project or your book or anything that you're working on will come to life. And you can't. I'm trying to think of the right words, y'all. It's like you can't keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Guys, you gotta just start working on it, whatever it is. This could relate to so many different things. Even starting your business, like just get that name. You don't even know how many products you're gonna have. Just get that name, and just create the social media account. Just create the email. You know what I'm saying? Do those little things where you'll start to see a visual of it. Sometimes we don't really work on what we need to work on because we don't even see our visual. Like we know it's something, we know we need to start, we know we need to do this, but we don't have that full visual, so we don't start. But once you start, the visual will form. Okay? Same thing with my book. I didn't see all of this. You get what I'm saying? I just knew a book. You get what I'm saying? And so then I had a couple words. Then the words, it's like you'll keep being led to your destination as you're progressing and working step by step. Sometimes all you need to see is the next step. Sometimes just seeing the next step will help you get to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. Okay? Same thing here. I just saw a sentence. I just had the store closed down and they was just like, just go sit down. And then for me sitting down there, I finally was able to get a date. And because I had a date, it motivated me more. It was just like, all right, you have a date. You got to focus on this. You got to focus on that. You got to focus on this and focus on that. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is work step by step. Take it step by step. It's okay if you don't have the whole vision. It's okay if you don't have the whole budget. It's okay if you don't have everything that you think you may need. Just start. Sometimes we be like, oh, we need this and we need this many people and this many people. And sometimes you think you need something that you just don't need. All you need to do is start. You don't even have to worry about all that. It'll start to fall together before you even know it. And as I'm talking to y'all, I'll be like, all right, when I get off video, I'm gonna start on my next goal that I said I was gonna do. And I do it a lot. Sometimes I'll be like, well, I'm a perfectionist sometimes, and I try to not be a perfectionist sometimes because it'll drive you crazy, guys. But damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my God! See, I got hype, and then I got sidetracked. But damn, what was I gonna say? Uh, it don't even matter. It don't even matter, guys. Um, the Lord ain't want me to say that. That was good. You know what it is, guys? I be thinking so fast. I be thinking so fast that I gotta talk, and I be trying to like. That's why I need to have postcards, which I know I just be speaking from the heart, speaking from my experience, and from my experience overall, it takes a lot to really achieve your goals, you know, and it takes a lot because sometimes we may be waiting for somebody else. That's what I said. We may be waiting for that perfect moment. That's what I was gonna say. Caught it. And sometimes the perfect moment is right now. While you sitting there thinking about it, or you sitting there thinking you may need this. Like sometimes I'll be like, well, I'm gonna take a class first, or I'm gonna read this book first, or and then I'm gonna start. You know. So sometimes I got it, y'all. I'm hyped. It came back. Let me talk about it before I forget about it. No. Sometimes we think we gotta have. That's what I was saying. I was talking about being a perfectionist, but sometimes we think we need something to start. You know. Sometimes we think we need to have this before we start, or we need to have, like for instance, my next project that I'm working on. So I ain't gonna tell you the whole project, but I was like, okay, I know I want to do this eventually, right? Like I know like this is in one of my goals that I want to complete this. But then I started to doubt myself. Like I started to say like, well, first I'm gonna need this. Well, what if no one buys it? Or what if this and what if that? And that's when I was like, oh, you definitely gotta start. You definitely gotta just start today. I don't know who, what, where, when, what, but you need to have this class out. And that's going to be my next project, is working on this on a class for businesses, because I may know information that someone may not know. And if you sit around and think about creating that perfect moment, or waiting, oh, I'm gonna wait till this, I'm gonna wait till that. That's just excuses to not start. All of that is just an excuse. So when you ready to start on your goals, guys, and you have some type of visual, just start. No matter what your mind tell you, no matter what you hear, and ignore it. Because if you don't ignore it, you're never gonna start working on that goal. You're gonna keep pushing it off. You're gonna keep procrastinating, and then eventually the goal is gonna disappear. And you're gonna keep trying to wait for the perfect moment when there is never a perfect moment. Just start working on it. And that's what I said I'm gonna do this week, because I've been putting it off. I started, you know, trying to find an excuse to not start. When we have that goal in our head, there's always that negative voice trying to convince you to not start. And you lose, in a sense, when you listen to that voice. You slow yourself down when you listen to that voice, because it's like imaginary. It's like not real. It's like you got to understand, like, that you never know when your moment is going to come, right? Where you could create something and it could just blow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go from 0 to 100 real quick. And if you keep pushing back that goal, it's like you holding yourself back. Do that make sense, y'all? Let me explain it like this. This book right here, right? Even if one person reads the book, the goal is met. Okay? One person read the book and one person changed their life. That one person that I help motivate is going to then motivate one person. Okay? So sometimes we don't start working on a goal because we scared of what we won't get. Okay? Don't focus on what you won't get. Focus on what you will get. You understand? One person reading the book is a difference. It's a change. It's a game changer. One person being inspired is the goal. Okay? One person. Okay. My little calendar is popping up with little things, but one person one person reading the book and them changing their day-to-day life is the goal. Of course, we would love to have, bestsellers, and this is just an example, guys. Of course, we would want to have 1,000 sales first week, but sometimes it's okay if you don't have that. When you compare yourself to anybody else, and when you compare it to bestsellers and you're not a bestseller yet, again, you're taking away your joy, you're taking away your achievement, you're taking away your success when you start comparing it to what other people may do compared to what you do. Don't focus on, again, what you don't have or what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. And you'll start to see a difference in your life every day. And from experience, again, I'm on book 3. Guys, I don't have a bestseller out, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My day will come when that happens. Right now, I'm not focused on that. Right now, I'm focused on, these people that I meet, these people that I talk to every day. They not thinking about, is it a bestseller? You know what I'm saying? They thinking about, oh, can this book really help me? Yes, this book really can, sweetie, sir. And that's what y'all gotta understand is focus on what you do have, and you'll have more joy in your achievements. Stop comparing your achievements to such and such, such and such, such and such, such and such. It don't matter what such and such is doing. It only matters what you're doing. So start working on that next goal so that you can achieve another goal and another goal. Because maybe by the time you get to goal 5, you'll blow up so fast that goal 4, 3, and 2 will catch up. I said, you hear me? It'll catch up. Don't worry about what you didn't do or what didn't come from whatever, because when your day comes, as you keep working on your goals, it's going to be a catch up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, oh, you got another book, or you got another book. And then people will just start supporting you. Don't worry about how many supporters. As long as you got one, okay, you good. And you're going to have at least one. You're not going to have none. You get what I'm saying? Like, you see, I'm the type of person, if I got 3 supporters, thank you. Thank you to the 3. Now, I definitely have more than 3 supporters, and thank you. You sitting here watching this video right now. I appreciate that. You get what I'm saying? Cause I see that you trying to grow and you getting that knowledge you need to grow. Okay, we need knowledge in order to grow. We're not going to just grow. Knowledge is like water to seeds. We, I said we. Grow, baby. Get what you need to get. Keep going, keep moving, keep pushing, keep growing. And don't stop. Whew. Ooh, that was good, y'all. Water, knowledge is like water to seeds. I'm telling y'all. When my days get slow, meaning like I get a little discouraged or I'm just a little stagnant, I read. And what I really do is I read a page out of my book, because I know that I wrote this book based off what I needed to know in order to grow and feel better. And this book brings you to a better place in life. Now, these are steps that I've already taken, but that don't mean I can't retake them. Let me say that one more time. These are steps that I already took, but that don't mean I can't retake them. I don't understand. Sometimes you gotta backtrack and re-step and get back in places where you know you felt good. Get back in places where you know you was motivated. Get back into places where you know you was focused. And in order to get back in that mode or that zone, sometimes you gotta backtrack. Like, all right, I may have missed something. I'm overlooking something. You know? It's like when you looking for them keys. Sorry, I got a little itch. When you looking for them keys you lost, what you do? You go backtrack, because you can't go nowhere without them keys. So you gotta backtrack, okay? And see what you missed. And find them keys. So you could go about your day and open up some more doors. All right, y'all. Whew. Services in session. Woo, y'all don't understand. I be feeling like I delivered it. I delivered the message. And now when I go about my week and when I go about my day, I'm back. I did what I had to do. Because when I don't come on here, guys, and share a video with y'all, I'm like, I feel like I'm holding information hostage. And the information does no good sitting here up in my head. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? I have to share it. I have to get it out there so that you could be moving and doing what you need to do every week, every day. It's a win for win, okay? It's a win for win. So, all right, I'm not going to chat too much longer. I know my message is, y'all get the point. You know what I'm saying? I'm cheesing. That's a good sign. That's some real joy, okay? All right, guys. So do what you got to do this week. Go back and backtrack. Look at that calendar. Reevaluate some of your goals. Create a deadline. Or create a finish date. Even if it's not a deadline, it's a close enough deadline. You get what I'm saying? And reevaluate yourself so that you could be repositioned for that end goal, for that success, for that. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think y'all hear me. I think y'all feeling me. Y'all feeling what I'm saying. And seriously, guys, even if you have a father, this information is jewels that you could be missing by just acting like you good. We all need a little help. And the more knowledge, the better. I never heard of someone hurting from having too much knowledge. It's like, huh? You know, that don't even make sense. So, educate yourself. Take that time and read this week. I'm telling y'all, you'll be sitting there with some eye openers like, ooh, wait. I said, wait. I said, yo, see, bang. All right, guys. Coach Amelia Adair here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, press the little bell thingy thing so you see when I post a game. All right, my friend. And I'm going to see you guys at my next video. Bye for now.